And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Canadian Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Basilisk. It is a Trigger. And if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Coming into this, I'll be honest, I do favor Trigger here, as Trigger has been very, very much so in form. I think it was last week, Trigger, he was able to take down Max, able to take it to Clem, not quite beating Clem, but able to have a good showing against him as well. Trigger has been looking like a beast over the past couple of months. Bunny has only recently returned, I want to say back in December. Back in December, Bunny did kind of return to more regular play. Not like he retired or anything, but Bunny, he was inactive. He was on hiatus for a couple of months. Now he is back, and it's always been great to see Bunny return as well. He's also looking very in form. I'm hoping for an ace match. Regardless of how this goes, regardless if it goes the way of Bunny or Trigger, I'm hoping for a game 3. We'll see if we can get it. We shall see. As we have Bunny going for an economic opener, going for a Rax Expand. Single gas geyser here for our Terran player. Meanwhile, standard opener out of Trigger. I say standard, going Gate Expand into Cybercore. Okay. Does decide to cut some corners. So both players being more economic. As we settle in. Now, as we settle into Whispers of Gold, of course, Whispers of Gold is a rush map. It is a very small map. Short rushes to spike ground. Aggression is favored here, so we'll keep an eye on our players. I mean, based on the openers, we're not really leaning in that direction, at least not anytime soon. We're just kind of calming things down, taking our bases, saturating from here. Most likely Bunny going into like a mine drop follow-up. Trigger should be going for a Twilight Council. There it is, Twilight Council into Blink. We don't really expect to see Stargate play on Whistles of Gold. We've seen it rarely, and likewise seen it rarely work as well. Can be quite difficult to get away with Stargate play on this map. So we do not get it. From here, Trigger poking out. Just keeping tabs on Bunny. When it comes to Bunny's opener here, he is going for a reactive marine production. No additional Hellions. I mean, no additional Reapers is what I meant to say. No Reapers or Scouts, and nothing across the map. Bunny is unaware of what's going on, but the Hellion will help with that. Ideally, the goal for the Hellion should be to bypass the Stalker and to get across the map, but it is taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage. As Bunny does force back the Stalker. Ooh, we'll lose one Marine. And Trigger, ideally, he does want that Hellion. Won't quite get it, though. Hellion pulls away. Bunker's going to finish, and Bunny holds. Bunny does hold. Meanwhile, Trigger throwing down extra gateways. So far, he's on a 2-gate setup. 2 gates into a 3rd base. Maybe the build of choice here from Trigger. Once again, quite greedy. Yeah, so Trigger going for an economic build. There it is. 3rd base is on the way off of 2 gateways. So very economic here from Trigger. We'll see if he can get away with it. Again, thankfully for Trigger, Bunny's only going for a Widowmine drop. So this is mainly for scouting. Mainly for scouting information. A Hellion does move out and does confirm the timing of the Nexus. So Bunny now knows that Trigger is being greedy, is being economic, is cutting corners, and will have less Stalkers to work with. Hellion goes down. Drop into the main. Oh. Widowmines, they drop off. And they get 1 probe. Just the 1. Oh my god. Widowmine does barely get away. Nice save there out of Bunny. Does hop the hell out of there. Does escape. Likewise, Bunny back at home, settling into his 2-base setup. 3-1-1, nothing too fancy, getting into bio, stim, tank production, and will eventually move out with his stim timing. So again, Bunny just being more passive, being more economic, just chilling back at home. There's nothing really to threaten Trigger outside of the mine drops. There's sure some Raven harass, there's some auto turrets that have been coming in, but just some light harassment here from Bunny. Speaking of, gets one probe. One worker goes down. Oh, sorry, say that, 2 probes even. 2 workers do fall. Skin is the main, does get eyes on the Observer. Observer gets sniped. At least Trigger did get eyes on the production, so is aware. Is aware of what's going on. And like we've seen from many Protoss players in this game, or in this matchup in recent months, it is going to be Stalkers into Charge and +1. So again, we're staying on a low gas count, 3 gases from that into Charge into +1, followed by delayed Colossus production, or Storm, but delayed splash damage. Trigger, he will get there eventually, but until then, is heavily reliant on a gateway composition. But don't mind waddles across the map. Stalkers a poke in. Here comes the move out. Stim is almost done. It's on Trigger to slow this down. Observer gets caught. Trigger picks off a couple of Marines. He's racing back home. Charge is done in time for this push. And this is the benefit of this build from Trigger. Is to defend with Charge. Barely doesn't get the tank. Almost. Yeah, 1 shot away from going down. Trigger, I'm sure he wants that tank. Oh, poking in. Charge is done. 1 tank does siege, the other is late, and the tank is, they're gonna go down. They're gonna go down. Massive cleanup here from Trigger. And again, this is the advantage of that Charge follow-up. Charge is done in time for pushes like this, and Trigger is perfectly safe and sound. Trigger, he shuts down the army, cleans up both tanks. Force the pickup, Bunny going for a CC on location. That's a little bit too greedy. Ooh, and force the cancel. It was what, over halfway done. Water turrets coming in. Trigger defends, and Bunny's in trouble. Bunny, he's in a lot of trouble here. Oh, the mine shots. Very nice connections. Wouldn't mind spot buff. Bunny defends. Ooh, Bunny holds. Bunny, he does hold on. Does punish Trigger, ooh, even catching the Immortal. Yeah, Trigger here overextends. Does overextend, has to pull back, has to back up. Trigger is now in trouble. Momentum on the side of Bunny. Has been very back and forth, but what's most important here is the cancelled third base. Third is only now halfway done for. Bunny is heavily delayed. Trigger, his own base, his own 4th is almost complete. Economically, Trigger does have a lead, and now that he is able to maintain his 3-base economy, what do we have? We have Colossus on the way. We have extended thermal lance alongside the Colossi. Wouldn't mind's getting targeted down. Oh, nice splits. Nice splits there by Trigger. Does pull away. Does pull back. Colossus has arrived. And Bunny has to back off. He's getting caught out though. This is going to be extensive losses. Marauders are going down. Mine shots, they get baited. Nice blinks, nice dodges. Trigger controlling well. Again, there's still a lot of pressure on Bunny. You can see Bunny falling behind here in that supply. A lot of it, late expansion, rough trades. There's still drop potential, true. Still try to pull this off. Trigger, he responds, he warps in. Does warp in those Stalkers. Likewise, Bunny now backing off and calming things down. After a couple of aggressive minutes here, Bunny, he didn't really achieve what he wanted. He backs off, establishing his 3rd base, now taking up into Ghost and into Viking production as well. He's building up. I will say that this is a little bit delayed here for Bunny. I just still give the edge to Trigger, but a lot of this will still come down to the engagement as the armies are passing by each other. Okay, they get spotted. Marine does spot the rotation. Bunny, he has to respond. Is rotating over. Oh. Bunny, he scans. We have more reinforcements on the way. How many Vikings? 7. 7 so far. Nice missile. Missile goes up. It does shred the armor. First Colossus goes down. But the charge also just collapsed on the army. Colossus didn't matter. Not anymore. Boys are being pulled. Bio army is trapped. And is there enough DPS here for Trigger? Does he have enough zealots? The answer is he does. Yeah, he has more zealots coming in. He breaks through the defensive line. 18 SCVs go down. And Bunny, he's barely trying to hold on. Again, pulling as many SCVs as he can, but no shot. He's being broken. Being broken here now. GG gets called, and Trigger, he will take game number 1. Whew. GG. Trigger does take a lead. Again, it was just a stronger start for Trigger. I do want to say that this game was a really good example of the power of that kind of build that Trigger went for, going for 3 gases, blink into a third base into charge and +1. I think it really did showcase kind of the strengths of it and how safe you can be against these tank pushes. The move out from Bunny honestly didn't really threaten Trigger whatsoever. Trigger, he had a sea of zealots waiting for that first tank push, and instantly both tanks went down. The army was forced back, the third base was cancelled, and Trigger took a lead. Trigger took a lead then and there after that one first moment. We saw that Bunny was able to have some better engagements afterwards. He was able to punish Trigger overextending, but really that's all he was really able to accomplish. From there, Trigger, he was able to happily and freely take a 4th base, take an economic lead, and take a supply lead as well. Our Protoss was able to get a lot of momentum early on and just carry it forward from there, but now we'll see if we can bring it back and force the ace match. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Canadian Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Basilisk, leading the series 1-0. It is a Trigger. We go. And after an explosive game 1, we're popping off here in game 2, going for a proxy gateway. Oh boy. And what's crazy about this gateway is it's so brazen. Like, we're not hiding it at the third base. We're not hiding it even further back here in the third either. It is right next to the main scouting path. It's right here. It's just in the face of his opponent. Proxy 2 gate. Now, the goal here should be to go for initially Zealots. I believe there's going to be a Cybercore back at home as gases are being taken, but Zealot opener into Stalker. The goal here would be to just overwhelm the initial opener. He's hoping that Bunny's going for an economic start, and he is correct. Bunny, he opens up single gas. What does this mean? This means a faster command center, most likely on the low ground. So economic opener out of Bunny means he's going to have that much less to defend. Yep, here comes the second SCV. As Trigger, he's threatening a pylon block. And Bunny, his CC is going to be delayed by a couple of seconds. We're at 450 minerals. Yeah, 460 towards the end. So it does delay by a couple of seconds. Here come those Zealots, and the goal is to force a cancel. That's all we're hoping for. Force a cancel, and maybe even get more damage from there. As Zealots are amassing. Again, Cybercore's on the way for those Stalkers. And this is looking a little bit rough here for Bunny. Reaper first into the reactor. Zealots are revealed. There's a mass cancellation. Yes, a wall up. Yes, a wall up. Oh, no. Can he wall in time? Can he wall up? He can. Yeah, just barely. SCV goes down, but already a strong start here for Trigger. Takes down the second SCV. Oh, going for the depot. Depot is under fire. First Zealot is going to go down. Takes down another SCV. And another. Oh my god. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. Takes down even another 5 SCVs do fall. From here, Trigger expands. Trigger, remember, this is not an all-in. It's not an all-in. He is aggressive, don't get me wrong. He is containing his opponent. Bunker is now done. But the depot falls. And Trigger, he busts in. Yeah, brutal supply block. The boys are being pulled. Rough position here for Bunny. Does take down the Zealots. Oh, this is getting out of hand. Does fully heal, does break out a supply block, but GG gets called. Too much damage, and Trigger, he will take the series 2-0, and Trigger will advance on to the quarterfinals. GG. I stopped myself there. I was like, is he already in the round of 8? He is. Crazy, Bobby, crazy. GG. GG, well played. Just a big gamble there from Trigger. He was hoping that Bunny would open economically. He did, and with that, Trigger snowballed out of control. Unfortunately, Bunny lost too much. He lost 5 SCVs in the defense. The depot was killed as well, and without that depot, he lost even more workers, and that was game-ending damage. Was game-ending. GG, well played. Bunny is knocked out of the tournament, and Trigger will advance on to face off against his next opponent. He already has his next opponent waiting for him. It's going to be a PvP between Trigger and Hero. Let's go. Let's catch up in the bracket. Let us catch up in the bracket here.